So this is going to be a live game, and I'm going to comment on the build I use for rear. So here I can see that I'm building one land factory first, and then one power generator, and then one mass extractor. After I finish 4 power generators and 3 mass extractors, I'm building another 4 and then 2 air factories. So I'm going to use the first 3 engineers coming out of that land factory there to build mass around my area. Only 3, not 4, because I find that if you have any more than 3, it's going to slow down your economy. So next time when you start your build, just use 3. Seems to be the optimum amount. So here you can see that I am changing the rally point for the land factory here. The reason is that I want to have 4 engineers assisting on this land factory to produce engineers faster. I find that 4 to be the optimum amount. 3 is kind of slow. 5 is too much of an energy drain. So 4 is okay. And they produce fairly fast. So I'm going to use the next 2 engineers to build a hydrocarbon power plant. 1 is too slow, so I use 2. And so then next I think about 4 engineers to reclaim the trees for little mass boost. The reason is that I want to upgrade my mass extractor first, and that requires a bit of mass, so I have to get a little boost by reclaiming on these trees. So I'm starting on the upgrade for the mass, and I have finished the other air factory there. The same thing is going to happen here. I'm going to build 4 engineers from that air factory to assist on the air factory to build even more engineers to reclaim. You want to have as much mass as you can in the early game to help you tech and build in your mid to late game. Okay, so here my ally is asking me for 3 power generators, so I just gave him 3. Yeah, so you can see I have a lot of engineers reclaiming the natural resource around my base, and my frontman has reclaimed a little bit of mass at the front. So here you can see that I'm using about 3 engineers to build the mass storages. The reason is that the storages give you a little bit of mass output boost, a little bit, but not so much. But once you get to T3 mass, they can really help. But the reason why I'm building them early is because I want to store the extra mass so I can use it later. And you build the radar early because you want to spot out if the enemy is transporting an engineer to the back of your base, so you can use air to defeat that kind of strategy. And I'm using the second air factory to build non-stop interceptors to assist the frontman so he doesn't get bombed by T1 or T2 air. Okay, so now I have 2 groups of engineers assigned. One group is upgrading the mass extractors on top, and I have another group building the assisting the upgrade of the mass extractors on the bottom. Now my air factory is at T2. You go to T2 whenever you have 4 T2 mass extractors finished, and then you can start upgrading. And then you have to have a non-stop stream of T2 engineers to build these T2 power plants. For other reasons, I think you don't need as many T2 power plants as you do for cybrans. The reason is that the cybran T3 air, they have this stealth ability that has a huge drain on your energy, so you have to build a lot if you want to support production and being able to utilize that at the same time. So so now you have to sort of start cutting out your engineers, not to get too many. Too many would be just a waste of resource. So now I am starting my commander's upgrade to T2, as soon as I finish my first T2 power plant, because the commander upgrade requires one T2 energy plant at least to be able to operate efficiently, and you have to use those groups of engineers to upgrade your mass always and non-stop, because as the game goes on, you're going to need a lot of mass. So here, right after my commander's upgrade has been finished, I'm using him to build the T2 engineer stations. These engineer stations are the key to cybran success, basically, because they're so effective at building things. They produce things very, very fast. So if you have a T3 tech and you don't have these engineer stations, I don't think you can succeed, because they'll just build too slow. Okay, so the front is doing okay, just checking, and you want to have some shield generators on your power plants, because you don't want to get bombed on your generators, because once they're gone, basically your whole economy is over. That's not good. So so you want to upgrade these mass extractors and building power plants at the same time, as well as upgrading your radar. Okay, so here you can see that there's a push going on, and apparently my ally is going to lose the middle, as he doesn't really have much defense. So this game is going to be a pretty close one. So I think he might lose in the middle. Okay, so as soon as I see that, and I think the time here being around 9 to 10 minutes, and none of my allies seems to be coming on top of things at the moment. So I'm going to upgrade the T2 air factory to T3, just one of them, and I'm using the 4 engineering stations that I have just built to assist on the upgrade. And I'm building 4 T2 anti-air defense, because I don't want to get bombed by T2 bombers at this moment, because the timing seems to be the correct timing for T2 bombers to strike at around this time, being 10 to 11. So you have a few T2 defense just to neutralize that, and you have these shields to protect you from getting your economy wasted. So right here you can see that I'm already producing a lot of T3 units. I have 3 T3 superiority fighters, but I'm not gonna reveal them to anyone yet, because I don't want the enemy to know what I'm building. It's really important to conceal your strategy. But when you attack, you have to put them on stealth. So the reason is that the T3 air cybran build is it's very stealthy. It's very good, because the only way to find out that the T3 cybran air is already at your base is by seeing it. What that means is that the T3 air units, they have stealth, so the T2 radars cannot see them at all. So you won't even know until the last minute. That gives you a huge advantage, and you should really use that. So unless they have T3 radar, which I don't think, because it's going to be a huge drain on their resource, they have to build T3 power plant in order to support the T3 radar. So now I'm using one factory to build T3 bombers and one factory to produce T3 fighters, because I want to neutralize their air, but at the same time I want to do some air to ground work.